just kidding. It's not. You thought it was last night again. You thought you clicked on the wrong video. You didn't. It's out of nowhere. I'm just kidding. You guys thought it was last night. That's fucking hilarious. All right, we're getting it ready, baby. I got to get on Discord. We're getting the chat out there. We're sending the signals, the bad signal out. It's Out of Nowhere live tonight. All the firings. There's tons of stuff going on. It's almost unbelievable. We're talking about it all here on Out of Nowhere. I don't sleep because my head's on fire. I hate creeps and I hate liars. Oh, you want a grave-kept secret that I'll never tell. I'm up in heaven, oh, but I came from hell. Oh, I fell, including you. So did
AEW! Jake DeMarco's here! I'm here! It's Out of Nowhere! Tear it My God, I'm so revved up and ready to go tonight. My God, my Vince McMahonism testicles are ready to fire off. I don't believe it, Jake DeMarco. I don't believe it, Jake DeMarco, but I'll tell you what. I'm really shocked about what happened with AEW. The fact of the matter is, I'm going to have to go ahead and tell AEW and Tony Khan. I'm going to have to say, Tony Khan, on the behalf of the World Wrestling Federation, and me, Vince McMahon, Tony Khan, you're fired.
Look at that eye patch, baby. Jake
Things
with
a pain
the eye
in the ass
patch.
is what it is. Can't wait to be done with this.
Let's go, brother.
We were both way off on predictions. I was close. I win, but my God, I don't even want to celebrate the fact of how far off we were. We were really, you know.
I think we should. I think it's amazing. This is really amazing.
This is a great, outstanding rating for both shows. I mean, NXT had a good increase. AEW, this obviously shows that everyone that watched on Wednesday is going to watch wrestling regardless. So it adds up to be both shows' numbers.
Right.
You know, they were both getting a little over close to 700,000. It's almost 1.2. It works out just about that, you know. We get just about both shows watching one show. That's what's ideal. So hopefully they both continue to go up, but great for AEW. I originally said 995. I didn't think they'd break the mill. I thought it would be so close. You said 890, so 1.21 I think was the final. But the real
I remember that
demo.
I thought that you were going to be above, so I figured I'll go the other way and be super negative about it. But
yeah.
like if you'd said 1.1, I would have said maybe 980 then. But so I am really shocked. I thought maybe it could be 1 million. You know, I was like, it's very possible they do hit 1 million, so that's good. But dude, I did not see 1.2 million coming. I did not
expect that to happen. And you know, the 0.44 and the demo being number 2 overall. I mean, last week they had 688,000 viewers. So I mean, going from that to this, that's a huge increase.
Do you think a lot of people maybe tuned in a little bit because obviously NXT had their thing, and plus it was like, well, this is the last time they're on it this time. Let's make sure to watch that. Do you think that maybe played into it a little bit, the low rating for AEW last week? But
I think that played into it. Plus, AEW didn't really have much on their card last week. You know, Tyson was going to be there, but in what capacity, you didn't really know.
It was sort of out of nowhere, too, like last minute.
Yeah, it was very like this was announced ahead of time, and he obviously brings in viewers, but I think they're going to stay around 1 million consistently going forward. I think the Tyson was the 150,000 effect.
Yeah,
but overall, for them to have this increase, that's great. And you know, they obviously had a great, you know, showing on both ends. Last week, I think it did help that AEW was, NXT had Stand and Deliver because they did break 1 million effectively. TV they did 768,000, but they with total combined it was well over 1 million with Peacock viewers as well. So.
I just put the Discord link in the chat for the people that wanted the Discord link. Chat is disabled, though, on Discord. So when you get into Discord, you're not blocked. You just have to, you know, jump on hold or something. There's no chat because there was a bunch of crazy stuff going on, so I had to eliminate that.
But really, the big news story of today, Joe, is obviously the releases that kind of happened unexpectedly. I mean, after WrestleManias recently, they've been having to let people go, it seems, even though they're breaking records and making more money than ever. You know, literally, they just had an SEC filing that Rostafa sent us, which we'll bring up shortly. Me and my numbers. And they go ahead and they say, oh, well, it's due to financial changes. And they don't blame that. And people say it's okay for them to let people go. It's fine for them to that's not an issue. The company can fire anyone at any point in time. They don't have to uphold their contracts. I get a company has the right to do that. But the fans have a right to feel betrayed in the sense of who you're letting go. I don't see many people crying out for Tucker, you know, but unfortunately he was good as part of a great tag team in Heavy Machinery. I like them together. But WWE likes to break up tag teams for that instant gratification of that wow moment, and then they don't know what to do with them afterwards. They did it with Enzo and Cass. They've done it, you know, you name a tag team, they've broken them up, and then they don't know what to do with them afterwards time and time again. It just happens. The Iconics, why did they break them up? They had no plans past that. It was silly, but they do it. So we saw Samoa Joe, who was just commentating at WrestleMania, Billy Kay,
so
Peyton
crazy.
Royce, Mickie James, Chelsea Green, Tucker Kalisto, Bo Dallas, Mojo Rawley, and Wesley Blake are all of the people that have been let go as of right now. And apparently there's still more to come, possibly a few NXT releases as well.
So much for that Bo Dallas Fiend thing. Everybody was talking
I know that. That's why I didn't buy into it to begin with. I wasn't ever, subscribing to that theory. But I said, hey, that's why I was willing to take that bet, with some of the viewers saying that, go right ahead. You're going to have to drop a bomb if that isn't Bo Dallas. So pay up. But Bo Dallas is gone. There we go.
Right. I mean, what do you?
It's unfortunate though, because that could have been something great. The fans have been wanting to see them, the brothers together for a long time now. Chelsea Green didn't even get a chance. She got her one shot on the main roster, and her arm ends up getting broken inadvertently. Mickie James was never treated with the respect she deserves.
Well, I don't understand the Chelsea Green one, because she didn't even. First of all, I never liked her anyway, but she didn't get any shot at all. I don't really.
Exactly. She got the one chance on SmackDown, and it was during the pandemic when they weren't even doing the Thunderdome yet.
Can you imagine being her right now? After basically you really didn't. You got a shot, but not really.
Exactly. You didn't even get a full chance. And then Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, they haven't known what to do with them. I guess Peyton should not have said either let me go or use me, because they took that literally and they let her go.
All right.
So they never treated Mickie James with the respect she deserved ever. The Piggy James stuff shows you how they felt about her. Samoa Joe, that's the most baffling though. Mojo Rawley, we haven't seen in a long time. Kalisto, they never really treated as a star.
And I was loving that mirror thing. Remember, why didn't they go with that? That was hilarious.
You were into that, the figure it out. We had such a meme about it, but
figure it out.
It was a 3-week thing, and they let it go. And
because
Wesley Blake, forget him as well.
I don't even know who that is. I don't even know who he is.
Forgotten Sons. So.
Oh, okay. So that's.
But Jackson Riker's the one to say something.
How is
he
that
gets
weird?
The Forgotten Sons broken
Isn't
up,
that
and then
funny?
Wesley Blake gets
That's
fired.
The funniest thing ever. The guy says that I love Trump, and then they kick him. They ban the team, and then they keep him and fire the other guy. That is the funniest thing in the world. I'm sorry, that's hilarious. They're like, oh, you can't say Republican Trump things here in WWE. You guys are sidelined. Oh, but now you're going to put you on the main roster, and the other guy that didn't do anything. Not that either one of them really did anything, but you know what I mean. The other guy that has nothing to do with it, he's fired. It's hilarious. I'm sorry, it's really funny.
Wasn't he in Forgotten something? I'm pretty sure that was.
It's not funny to him, but
Cutler, Blake, and Murphy, right? No,
oh
who's
my
the other
God,
one?
I don't know.
Blake and Cutler and Riker.
I don't know all these people.
I just said it, and hey,
they're all. I don't know any of those. I don't know who this guy is. All I know is
I'm the one with the leaky brain. Don't ask me.
I only know Jackson Riker because of all the controversy.
Controversy,
which is not a controversy.
That's why they kept him.
Him saying I like Trump was a controversy. I don't understand that.
He didn't even actually say really.
He just said God bless the president or something.
Yes, that was. So
Jesus, our country's insane, dude. I mean, listen. You can like or not like Trump, but I mean, why would you be in trouble over that? It's so, I mean, I think it was because we keep circling back on this that, oh yeah, it was weird to write it at a time when whatever. It's just come on,
it's weird
bro.
that it's April 15th again that this happened.
Oh right,
it's like an annual day. I mean,
it's supposed to do taxes today, but you don't have to because it's pushed back to May.
Well, maybe they did it for that reason, but I mean, 1 year ago today, they had all their cuts when they announced like Rusev, and remember they made all those big cuts
right on taxes day. They're like, go do your taxes and you're fired.
It's just I wonder why. I mean, last year was the major big list. It was massive, so that was completely different. But still sad to see these people go, and it's unfortunate. I mean. But they weren't utilized, and it is amusing how fans will say like, "Oh, so and so immediately to AEW," but then fans complain like, "Oh, AEW is taking all of the WWE rejects." Which is it?
Well, there's all right.
Do you want them or no?
Well, I can tell you what it is. There's different mindsets in all the different fans. So some of the fans think anytime anybody leaves WWE, there's a big group of fans that goes, "Oh my God, go to AEW," and then
they feel like they'll be better utilized there. But then there's the representation that's not true.
But then there's another group of fans that goes, "Oh my God, stop picking up all the dead weight from WWE." And then there's another group of fans who are actually fans of the person leaving WWE. So then they really want that person to go to AEW. So there's like these 3 different sets of fans: the fans that want everybody to go there, fans that want nobody to go there, and then the fans that want someone to go there because they actually are fans of them.
So I'm sorry, I thought you were done there. There's still a bit of delay on my end too. I apologize.
I wonder why that is. I don't know what.
It's always with Discord. I hate this freaking thing. It's only in Skype. I never had that much of an issue, but always Discord.
I try to turn the bit rate all the way down and see if that helps, but I don't know. It just doesn't work.
It's always been something with my end. I suck. I always wondered if it's because of the mic with it being USB and the audio coming from the mic if it's delayed.
It could be, maybe. But your headphones are plugged in the other way, so that doesn't make sense.
Well, they're plugged into the microphone. So.
Oh, I bet that is it. Yeah, that could be it. Plug them into the computer.
I will have to get an audio output jack because I don't have one on my computer.
Oh, really?
Like a USB. Yeah, I don't have the way the case is. It didn't have certain it has USB, but no.
Oh.
What do you call it? Mic.
Yeah, I get you. Jacks. Get a USB headset. I'll send you something.
Yeah, but
all right. My bad.
Any event, point being, I wonder if that is it. I wonder if we just figured it out. Look at that, talking it out. But still, yeah, because it only happens on Discord. It's weird. But if you go to the WWE.com Superstars page, if you look at the active roster right now, I hate to be like, oh, this person shouldn't be employed and this person should. It's not what I want to do. But when you look at how many people they still have employed that they do nothing with at all, and how many people that you haven't seen on TV in the longest time, and how many people that you didn't even realize, oh my God, they're still hired with the company. And I understand they need to thin the roster. I understand, but Samoa Joe should never have been able to be let go like this. He should have been world champion many times over. He had such a great heel run, and then they neutered him. They never let him win. That whole "Hey Wendy" thing, with AJ, it was great. He was a really mischievous and evil, dastardly heel that you wanted to see get beat up. I'm like, oh, that's terrible. He's attacking his wife and all the psychology with it. He was great on the mic. And then he loses in the silliest of ways so many times. Then he loses to Roman, and then he loses to Braun Strowman, and then he loses. And it was like, well, what's the point? And I know he was plagued by injuries, and that's unfortunate, but still, he was never really utilized in the right way. And you could say that about the Iconics. This WrestleMania, if they had the Iconics get back together in front of fans and win the women's tag titles, that arena would have exploded. They would have went nuts.
And by the way, I want to thank whoever just bought my T-shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees. Jeez, I haven't seen someone buy one of my old T-shirts on Pro Wrestling Tees in a long time. I just got the alert. Wow, it's crazy. That's so random.
That really is. I mean, go figure.
Yeah. Listen, Kevin Owens, Vince not a fan of him. Joe's like Kevin Owens, Vince is not a fan of him. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, Vince has never been a fan of Kevin Owens. We've known that. So. Well, and Samoa Joe has cut some of the better promos in the WWE the last 3 years, and he didn't even do that many, just a couple. Him and AJ and all that stuff, and it's like the guy was just not utilized at all. I mean, when they let him do some things, he shined and was great, and then for 80% of his career, he did nothing. And even on commentary, it seems that they just told him to be this boring announcer. He really wasn't doing the color commentary that Samoa Joe could really do. He was doing this broadcaster script, same thing as all the other guys. Did you notice that? He was just like, well, Byron, that's the thing. When you look at him, and he just really didn't have any personality. And what's weird is he did early on. And I wonder why did Samoa Joe early on have this great sort of chemistry and was offering,
because they neutered him for Roman. We knew that. We heard that. He was outshining Roman on the mic. He was outshining. So they moved
Samoa Joe
down. Samoa Joe.
No, I was talking about commentary broadcasting only.
I'm saying why? Because there was a point in time too when he was on the mic where he was amazing, and then they toned him down too, and we kept saying, why is he talking weird and sounds scripted, and this is odd, and we had discovered that look, they're making people lessen to try and make the face Roman more likable. And that was never working. So, but yeah, when he was first on commentary, he was not as subscribed to the Vince-isms yet. He wasn't as broken down, I want to say.
Yeah.
But they certainly found a way to indoctrinate his ass, because he basically melded into that machine. When he was first in commentary, it was like, oh my God, Samoa Joe should be on there all the time. That was great. I want him there, every night. And then he just kind of faded into the background, and it really didn't mean much anymore. He just became another guy. He lost that special flair.
Guys, I want to thank you guys for all being here watching the stream tonight. I hope you hit the like button, and let's see if we can get to 200 likes, and then Jake's eye patch will explode. I just want to, and I want to say thanks for supporting Out of Nowhere. The links are down below for the donations. If you want to drop any of those, say something cool, weird, whatever. Do Super Chat if you want to give Google 30%. And, we'll play a donation in a minute, but real quick, let me switch gears real quick because we're just kind of jumping around everywhere on purpose. Tony Khan, AEW, what an accomplishment. I know that obviously big boost assist that they didn't have to go up against NXT, but I mean, just to see
but that was expected. That's what we were thinking would be the case.
But they tuned in, man, 1.2 million.
Yeah, 1.219 total. So,
dude, and listen, we also got to talk about Mauro Ranallo going to Impact. Impact Wrestling has spoken with me a couple times in the last 5 months. And I was getting really, I've got blue balls from Impact Wrestling reaching out to me about commentary. And, so I've kind of got this big blue balls. And then I see that, they're bringing in Mauro Ranallo. And I'm like, damn, I can't compete with Mauro. So Mauro Ranallo going to Impact Wrestling, I am going to watch just because he's commentating. That's how big he is.
I wanted to see that match to begin with. I was intrigued, but now it's like must see.
Yes.
Now they made it like, damn, I have to tune into this.
Got to see it. This is a must see thing now because of Mauro. Because it's been a little while since I've seen him call wrestling. Last time we saw Mauro, I think, was the boxing match with the Tyson thing, right? Was that the last time we saw Mauro Ranallo?
I want to say
all right, I'm sure he's done other stuff since then. Last time I saw him was the boxing stuff with Snoop Dogg. That shit was hilarious.
Yeah, and that was with the Tyson thing and all. Yeah, that was the very last time that I had seen him do anything. So, but yeah, him going to Impact is crazy. He will be at Impact's Wrestling Rebellion show, and he is one of the top broadcasters in combat sports. That's a huge get for Impact. I mean, every time you think they start to die off and the flesh is rotting, some new vaccine antibiotic comes out for them and they find a way to cling to life a little bit longer. First they get added with AEW. Now this is huge. I mean, my God, it just, they keep slinging along, but hopefully it keeps getting better, honestly. I mean, I'd like to see them succeed and be a good company again, but
well, you're going to see at least 50,000 people looking to find where Impact is this week, I think.
I do agree.
I mean, not that that's a crazy number, but it's a lot. I mean, 50,000 people. I bet you 50,000 people will look for it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to add a good draw. And this is going to be April 25th. There's going to be a big card. And I really can't help but feel like, obviously, Kenny Omega, the AEW champ, is going to walk out with the Impact title. Unless they do some type of screw finish, he's going to be a dual champion.
Well, because
I think, like I said originally, then he'll go to New Japan and try to win their title, and this is the story they're going to try and continually tell. So.
And Impact will love it because they need to, put their belt on AEW TV. You think he's going to bring it to AEW?
Oh, he'll bring that everywhere, just like he's the AAA champion, so he's been carrying that one with him certain times as well. So,
yeah, because I feel like AEW they view Impact as like their friendly brother, like that they can cultivate some talent and creativity from, and they're not really in direct competition in a way. It's a different thing. Like I guess, I know that I heard a lot of people say that Vince McMahon isn't worried at all about AEW, and part of the big reason why is because of Chris Jericho going on Stone Cold's podcast. It shows how much Vince doesn't care. But it's like, but how, you say that, but what? Because he did all this weird stuff. Didn't he? I mean, so he doesn't care, or he does, or he doesn't care anymore, or
yeah, I know.
It's so confusing. I don't know what to make of that. It's people say one thing and then the other. Let me go to the donations, man. People are dropping some donos.
Yeah, I got to hear what
Bullfrog's on hold, flipping out. Look at that.
Shit bomb. What do you expect?
You become a shit bomb. Cody.
Hey, I can't find the Discord link. Can someone help me?
I put it in the chat earlier. I'm assuming you found it. But if you didn't, I'll send it out again, Cody Mastro. What's up, Cody? Thanks for the $4.99. I may open up the Skype for phone calls in a bit too, but also Discord. People are in there now, so we'll hear from you guys. Cody, thanks for the $4.99. It means a lot, man, especially with everything going on. I'm working like a maniac, brother. It's crazy today. I couldn't even get the news out because I was at work. It sucked. I'm back to work again. Hadn't worked in 3 years besides doing this work, but haven't worked a regular man's job in 3 years. So it's crazy to be working 48, 50 hours there and then doing this again is, I feel dead to the world. But it's interesting, and unfortunately, you know, it makes the shows not as long and cool, but you guys are keeping it alive on Patreon. Thanks for signing up on Patreon. We got a whole bunch of new patrons today and last couple of days. So thank you guys for that. And I don't have their names, so I was going to read them, but I'll read them in a little bit. Let me go back one more dono. One more dono, we'll get to the rest of it.
Shit bomb!
Yeah.
You
shit.
A shit bomb.
Soundwave 92.
Congrats to AU for cracking 1 million for the first time in nearly a year. And WWE once again are the same corporate machine as always.
Yeah.
Budget cuts despite the fact they paid Logan Paul and Bad Bunny both over a 1 million. Smiling face.
Logan Paul got $1 million allegedly with his contract.
Whoa.
Bad Bunny got $1.2 million plus merchandising. Plus he got to advertise his music, perform, and advertise his tour. So Bad Bunny made out like a bandit. Bad Bunny did so well from the WWE influence that the Ticketmaster website crashed on the day that his tour released for tickets.
Wow.
So WWE had some effect in that.
I feel like, and don't you feel like, I mean, this was a symbiotic thing. Like, I mean, it
was beneficial.
But
for both sides.
How many ratings did WWE really get from Bad Bunny? I don't know. I think their YouTube views probably did well. We should look that number
Their merchandising did great.
That's the one thing we know, the merchandising. So WWE sold all these merch, and Bad Bunny sold a bunch of tickets. So,
and people went to WrestleMania specifically to see him as well. They said that was influencing sales once they found out which night he would be, his match would be at which night.
Wow.
Tickets then started
and
to
who
pick
would
up
know that he would have one of the best matches of WrestleMania? Like, what
one of the more entertaining moments was honestly, go figure, Bad Bunny. You know, that tag match, props to him. I do give him credit.
I can't believe it, man. I was excited about it. I mean, first I was like, Jesus, he gets this big elaborate entrance, and it's like the guy may not even be able to wrestle at all. So funny, but okay, whatever. Here we go. And then he just he kept climbing the mountain. And every time he climbed again, you're like, there's another step. Oh, there's another step. He kept waiting for him to fall off the ladder or trip or something, and he just kept climbing. And then before you know it, he was standing on the top of the mountain with the Mario flag or whatever. I don't know.
Exactly.
Crazy.
I know, but the locker room was like, he's trying, he cares, he likes it, he appreciates us, and he's not taking this for granted. You know, this isn't just a business deal to him. Apparently, Logan Paul was very nice, very professional. Good to some of the superstars, like kids and stuff that like him, and was good about stuff like that. Because the last time he was involved with WWE with his brother, it was a disaster. He filmed a bunch of antics for his blogs backstage and pissed a bunch of people off and made people angry because he was filming backstage and whatnot. So
oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was years ago when he was there. When he was still just YouTube focused.
Did he didn't fondle any women like the other guy, did he?
I think it was one of the manias, maybe 32, 31, 33, like in that era, because they brought him out. They were bringing out YouTube stars and things like that, and he was doing stuff and filming when he wasn't supposed to, and he was upsetting people. So he left a bad taste in some people's mouth, but they said he was more polite and very mature this time, so he was very welcomed and no one had any issues.
J-Mac in the chat real quick says Mauro is just doing the main event, not the entire event.
Yes, he's only calling that match, just so people know that. And it's funny because even on
it's me, Mauro. I'm here too to call it with you. Oh my God, we've got a new Impact champion, and he's gonna take the title to AEW. What's gonna happen?
Exactly.
I don't
Who do you
believe
want
it,
to call
Mauro.
your title match?
Who's gonna call it? I'm here. It's me, Mauro. I'm here to call it with you. Well, Nigel, I wouldn't want to be calling this event. Oh, what a clothesline! He might have gotten his head ripped off!
Mauro, I think he did. I can see the bruise on his clavicle, Mauro. Like, give me those two guys. Give me those two guys. I love them.
That would be amazing. But they're doing it right by having him only call the main event because it makes it feel like even more of a spectacle and a big fight feel to it. You have two titans of industry, essentially, if you want to call the Impact champion a Titan of Industry, but that's how they should frame it.
Let's give him some respect. Give him some respect, One Eye, okay? I mean, seriously, bro.
Rich Swan.
What the hell? What's wrong with you? What, you lose an eye and now you're dumb too?
No, he just Rich Swan beat me like his wife. I'm sorry.
You better get your vision back, dude, because it's freaking me out.
It's driving me nuts too. But what is funny is that Forbes even put up an article saying how WrestleMania results, fans chant Logan sucks as Logan Paul takes a stunner. Like that's their top headline. So it is Logan Paul has that effect. I mean, that was the main thing they talked about from that night of WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. So as far as night 2 goes, the biggest thing for Forbes was Logan Paul taking a stunner.
Right.
He's got 22 million YouTube subscribers. There's something to it. Him and KSI.
There's a lot to it. He's got more viewers than
boxing, whatever pay-per-view event of all times, and we'll see what's going on going further. But damn, it did something. But still, to pay him $1 million for that one SmackDown and Mania appearance is insane.
Do you think Tony Khan is high-fiving everybody in the back right now?
I'm sure he's happy as could be, and I wonder who he's going to pick up out of these releases. I would be surprised you don't go for the Iconics for your women's division. I would bring them in as a tag team together right away.
And now they can be the Colonics?
The High Colonics. No, they all have a 90-day no-compete clause. Keep that in mind.
Okay.
Because they don't get special treatment because they're not dating anyone with the last name Flair.
Dude, Peyton Royce is. I really like Peyton Royce. Like I've always thought she's.
I do as well. I really like Billie Kay as well. She's hilarious.
Yeah,
she's really funny.
That's the thing is Billie Kay is like the road dog, and Peyton is like the Billy Gunn. And I think that they really grew on me more and more. And they had this.
She should have managed while the other one wrestled. There was no reason to break them up as a tag team. Just break them up as a tag team and have her singles push. Billy said it was fine to manage her best friend, her life partner, whatever you want to call her now at this point. But they agreed. They didn't want to be split apart. It would have worked well, and it would have been logical for her to help her best friend try and become a champion.
Right.
Why would she not go ahead and support her? So for them to break up and then be forced apart, it made no sense. And they did it in such a way, too, that it was a throwaway angle. That should have been built up to a pay-per-view at least.
Oh, we almost realized it right away that something's up with this because they just did this and they don't even know what they're doing after they
Exactly.
do this.
All they literally did was on a night of Raw, they're like, oh, by the way, this is happening.
Right.
I was like, wow, you're going to face the Riot Squad who just got back together as well. And if you lose, you're done. Like that's it.
It makes no sense. They never.
Nia Jax, who's injured and damaged the reputation of this company more times than not, is still working there. The women's champion for the tag division for the women's side of things, holding on to that belt tightly. But they let go of the Iconics.
Right.
They let go of Mickie James.
Of course.
It just doesn't make sense.
They treated Mickie James all right for like a second, and then they went full Gail Kim. They went full Gail Kim mode on Mickie James. They were like, nope.
Yeah.
No, at first they were treating Mickie James like kind of like Matt Hardy or somebody like Jeff or RVD at one point, where they were using them to enhance the new talent, which is understandable what was going on. And I was like, well, okay, well at least Mickey's there to sort of enhance the new talent. That makes enough sense to me. But then they just kind of went into a nosedive when and then she got injured after some bad stuff. Then she got injured. So, that's a big. It seems like anybody got injured, they have no time for you with the women.
Exactly, and one of the things that I'm looking forward to the most is the podcast. As always, I love it when the 90 days is up and they can dish their dirt.
Yes.
Tucker immediately was like, freedom, baby, and he's like looking forward to telling my story. That's the podcast I cannot wait to hear. I love those, dirt-filled, behind-the-scenes, this is what really happened kind of things. So I'm looking forward to that with all of these people. But Velveteen Dream was trending on Twitter today because somehow he's not released. He's still working for the company.
Well, but why does he have to be released? Because of the underage kid thing?
But
allegedly.
Allegedly, but it was
maybe
never
he didn't
proven one
do
way
it.
or the other. But people are still hung up on this.
But maybe he didn't do it because WWE says they investigated it.
Maybe he didn't. We shouldn't be the ones to decide. But it's still not a good feeling either that he's there when they didn't do much to clear his name. Really. So.
What's weird is how they quickly They got rid of Enzo for flip, stick, and boom. That wasn't true. By the way, you know who reminded me of the flip, stick, and boom chick? Is the Logan Paul, the Jake Paul girl. She almost to a T reminded me of the flip, stick, and boom. Now, I'm not saying she's lying. She could be telling the truth, and it could be an awful thing. But
it could be, yeah. But
she just, and this is the problem with the people who lie about being, women who lie about stuff, because then it hurts every other woman. Because she reminded me of he just did this and then flip, stick, and boom. Like, no, you know what I mean? Like, people don't talk about it like that. And that's what I noticed from the girl who lied about Enzo. Flip, stick, and boom. And I just laid there.
Yeah, you don't give details. People that are abused don't want to relive traumatic issues, that, especially in graphic detail in a negative manner.
It's not believe all women, but it's not believe women. It's
exactly.
not that.
And I'm not saying whether or not Velveteen Dream should be employed or not. Like, I'm just telling you, he was trending today, and
right.
I still think it is weird that they didn't do much to really go ahead. I mean, people are like, well, what about Jordan Devlin and Austin Theory and Matt Riddle? It's like, these are people they should release too. And it's like, well, Matt Riddle, they explained everything with that. That was justified and explained and taken care of. Jordan Devlin, that was a little bit more on the iffy side, but Austin Theory stuff I thought was cleared and explained as well. And the only one that wasn't really truly like cleared up was Velveteen Dream.
You're right. Yeah,
I mean, that's what it comes down to. So it again, it was awkward. And then, for him to be trending for this reason must not feel good. There was over 5,000, almost 5,000 tweets last I saw. So that was just today about Velveteen Dream. That's insane.
I don't know what to say about Velveteen Dream, because WWE claims that they cleared the guy, and so why would I, I don't know what to say.
Exactly. Like, it's just, but it's a very uncomfortable situation, because it was less of, did they actually say they cleared him, or more of just that they didn't think there was wrongdoing, or was
they said they cleared him.
They would do this full investigation, but
yeah, they said they had it investigated.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming that means, because if it ever came up later, you know what I mean? They know what would happen. So I gotta believe that they investigated it very heavily and found that it was not what it seemed. I mean, it's got to be. You know what I mean? Or they found out the guy texting him was a guy. I don't know. Like, it's just, I can't imagine that if he was texting underage kids in a weird way, and it was really going down like that, WWE would just
WWE would not keep him employed. I'm sure they would have let him go. That's what I'm saying. It's
a crazy loss. It would be a crazy loss, for him. But I mean, you don't want that guy.
But wouldn't they? I just wish they then worked, knowing that you're seeing this public reaction. You're not deaf on Twitter. Couldn't they do more then, besides take him off TV and then out of sight, out of mind? Like, couldn't they do more than to try and defend him or make him viewed as a,
Didn't someone show us the Triple H tweet or somebody's tweet that said we investigated it? Like,
I honestly, at this point, I don't recall. We could have. I'm so foggy in this moment. I don't honestly remember, so I don't want to say one way or the other.
Yeah, I don't know either. But I'm just, I don't know. I basically, what are we going to talk?
I've got enough of a headache that I don't.
But again, WWE, like, listen, bro, you guys better do something, because this ain't going away. I said this a year ago.
But exactly, this is my point that I'm trying to relay back, and I agree with you entirely. Is that they're not deaf. They say they listen to the fans, and they're so dedicated to the universe and their audience. Well, this is trending, and this is bad. This is bad optics. This is not a good look. You need to do something about this.
We
don't need to fire him.
We don't mean fire him either. That's what I don't like cancel culture. That's not what I'm saying.
No, he shouldn't be canceled.
Unless he was doing
staff. You should be defending him
if he didn't,
standing up for him.
If he didn't do it, then you need to come out again and say again, like, once again to everybody,
we do not employ people here that were, he
did not. This didn't happen. There was an investigation. Like, here's the proof. Here's the lawyers. Here's what we did.
I know SJ. Yeah, Pocket Aces said it just as it was coming out of my mouth. SJWs can't be reasoned with, especially on Twitter. I get that, and they're gonna constantly.
But I don't know if these are SJWs. These are also regular people who aren't really normally SJWs, that are freaking out because of the kid factor. These aren't just people like, oh my God, he said a bad word, cancel him. That's not what it is. They think something is up. So you really need to make it clear so that people like other people can come out and be like, yep, you can cut that out because they investigated. They said, you know what I mean? Okay, let's move on now. And they need to do that.
Duncachino?
So we can stop this.
If I do. What's my name? Duncachino. It's a
whole new game.
Duncachino. You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
Joe Cronin, you're fired. We now promote Jake DeMarco, Vice President of JCS.
What?
Only joking, Joe.
Oh.
Seriously, WTH WWE.
Pure evil Arushin Chew. Thank you for the donation, brother. Yeah.
I was about to say, Joe, you're fired. I'll gladly accept that position, but
Jake may not be around long to run the company, so
that's the plan. They know that. I'm the temporary fix.
He just had brain surgery. Now his eye doesn't work. Now he's gonna have eye surgery. I mean, like
next thing you know, I'm gonna fall apart and
Joe,
something.
Do you
will fall
think
out.
it's stupid for a Twitch streamer to ban me just because my Twitter got hacked over 10 times by his community? He told me you got 24 hours to fix this. I fixed my account and then he blocked me. I DM you his Twitter. Jake knows about it.
What?
I'm confused. Maybe he said something.
Pacharo, thank you for the $3, but what the hell are you talking about? A Twitch streamer banned you because he got hacked? What?
Oh, I think I vaguely remember his account got hacked, and he was telling me about it a while back.
Okay.
Somebody was talking on his account, so when he got it back, people were, kind of
oh,
upset with him,
yeah.
thinking he
Well,
was
I mean, the guy doesn't, you got to put it from his perspective. He doesn't know that you got hacked. He's probably dealing with a million things. You got hacked, and I mean, to you, it's enraging because the guy blocked you. But he doesn't know that you got hacked and you did all this. You know what I mean? It's like when, Bianca Belair blocked me.
It's like my blind ass selling Ray-Bans.
Yeah, it's just
the other day, I got hacked and everybody was like, "What's up with this link?" And people didn't know. They thought, is this something legitimate?
Yeah, you posted about
doing something.
You posted about Ray-Bans like 300 times.
It was more than that. It was a crazy amount of tweets. It took forever to delete all those.
The Pfizer might need 3 doses in 12 months. Oh, breaking news.
But at least it lasts 6 months, I guess, in total, and. Whatever. Good news that we have tonight is that Alistair Black is coming back. They're filming content for his return.
Oh,
but
but he's got new music. He's still got that shitty music.
He's got that new theme music, which is not great. But
he's dead to me. Alistair Black is dead to me without the old music.
I guess these vignettes are loosely based on his childhood, and he's gonna do some type of not fiend thing, but more like a demonic type of character, like an evil bastard, like a badass Undertaker style. Like it's not paranormal, but
okay, because you said demonic. Isn't that kind of the fiend, the demonic?
Well, I'm trying to find the right way, like not supernatural. Like he'll believe in the occult, but you're not going to see people disappearing and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like more like badass, like heavy metal.
Yeah, like that kind of Wiccan side of it. I think they're going to try
and push
more.
You got to be kidding me, right?
I think that's what they're going to try and push.
I mean, if he's not rising up out of the coffin with that awesome music and coming out. Remember when I said his house was going to be covered in all this crazy spiritual stuff, and he was like insane, or he had these like weird. I don't know. We cut some great.
There were so many ideas with him that could have worked, and then when he did the whole the fight thing, it was still like okay, but it didn't really work. And then the eye thing. I mean, I'm trying to copy his gimmick, but I don't know. It was very weird with him and Owens. Like he started feeling pain in his eye, and then attacked him, and that was a really really awful. I like to pick a fight, like okay, but. It could have worked better on so many levels. They just didn't know what to do with him. Tommy End used to be a true badass. I liked Alistair Black so much in NXT. There's a lot they can do with him here. He really had so much momentum when he came into the main roster working with Ricochet. Do you remember? I think you were at his debut for TakeOver, right?
Was that? Oh yeah,
that was the one. That was his first
WrestleMania.
Match. You were at his debut takeover match, and you said how badass that was in person, and that entrance was iconic. Whoever came up with that was a genius for that. It worked so well with the music and the timing and the candles, all of it perfect. So, but at least he's coming back to TV, and they're going to do some type of like heel cult gimmick with it, so it sounds interesting. I'm excited.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm very down on him. When you lose the music that made you really impactful.
I can see, but it's not his fault.
I know, but it's like I know
he was so iconic with it, and it made his character. It really did. But like he said, he didn't have a choice. So I'm hoping that he can develop his character more with these vignettes, and if they're letting him produce, basically commercials to air that he's coming back, then they must like him for something. There must be something they see in him.
Yeah,
because Paul Heyman's not around to push him anymore. Paul Heyman liked him a lot. But
well, that's probably why he did get. Remember, we heard that thing that if Paul Heyman pushes people too much, then Vince goes away from them.
Yeah, well, that's why Vince stopped pushing a lot of the people that Paul Heyman enjoyed utilizing. That's why we stopped seeing Andrade and Alistair Black and the Zelina Vega side of things, and but that music was iconic. I wish they didn't have to get rid of that.
Bullfrog, before we go to donations here, we got a lot of donos dropping in. We got Mr. Bullfrog on the line. He's a big man. He's a big bullfrog from Ohio. He's a big wrestling fan. Hello, Bullfrog.
Ribbit.
Hey, Bully. And he doesn't know how to use a microphone either.
Or he stepped away for another soda.
No, he unmuted, so he knows he's supposed to be here. He unmuted, so he knows he's supposed to be here. He's just, he's having a problem. Yo, Bullfrog. Hey, I'll give you a pizza if you unmute yourself. I'll give you a pizza if you unmute yourself. Well, we tried to get him on. You can't say that I didn't try to get him on, because I tried.
Duncachino?
You did try.
Don't mind if I do. What's my name? Duncachino. It's a whole new game. Duncachino.
Oh my God, Moshmaster D.
I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
After Peyton's tearful promo on Raw Talk, her release did not surprise me. Peyton will be all elite with hubby Sean Spears.
That's right, she's married to Sean Spears. He's in AEW. Yeah. Now she is probably going to be too.
Well, that's one of the things too. Like, you wonder about Adam Cole when he has to re-sign soon enough. Is Britt Baker going to be a force that drives Adam Cole to AEW because they have big plans for him on the main roster? They're going to throw so much money at him, I guarantee, to keep.
Oh, to keep Adam Cole? Yeah, they'd have to probably throw. What do you think? What kind of money?
$1.5 or $2 million.
What kind of money you think AEW would offer Adam Cole? Throw out a number. What do you think you offer Adam Cole if you're Tony Khan?
$900,000.
Whoa. Might as well go for the $1 million. I mean, come on.
I would go for. I was trying to think, but it probably would be $1 million.
But we really would go for $1 million because
I think he's got. Because see, the problem is, like, Christian is a good name. Same with Big Show, but Adam Cole is a very popular wrestler right now, and he has a lot of time left in the tank.
Well, how about
Christian
this?
Looks like he's wincing when he's taking bumps the other day. He looks like me every time I turn in the chair. And instead it's like Adam Cole's got at least 10 years left.
Well,
barring any crazy injury.
The reason why, because you could say, like, listen,
minimum.
Someone would say, well, Adam Cole isn't really a draw, whatever. Okay, well, here's the thing: Adam Cole isn't really a draw outside of NXT and AEW. But what's interesting is you don't have NXT on that night anymore. And now when NXT fans find out that the guy that they really do like, Adam Cole, is wrestling in AEW, some of those people who maybe wouldn't watch AEW or don't always watch it, when they find out Adam Cole's going to be there every week, those people will actually watch. And signing Adam Cole may give you maybe 50 to 300,000 viewers, because they're coming from NXT who want to see Adam Cole, and they're watching AEW.
See what he's going to do to deliver, and especially what they do with.
Because I'm trying to justify the price tag, because WWE is going to overpay crazily, but what can AEW offer, and is that valuable to them? And bringing in Christian, how much does Christian really boost the audience? Like, to me, I don't think much. Like, to be honest,
it doesn't do much, but it does a lot for their current roster, because he and Big Show are there to help.
Right, valuable.
Exactly. That's what they're building right now, is a bunch of legends that can help build the other shows, and that's why they have Big Show on the first Dark the Elevation show to work with the younger talent and still add in some storylines and get some of the other stars to work with the younger talent. And this way they have, a way to utilize all the talent that they haven't let go yet. They do need to start clearing house soon themselves, but at least they haven't let anybody go in the pandemic. I guess you could really say that, besides the exceptions of the sexual assault stuff.
What do you think the maximum amount the WWE will offer Adam Cole? Because I don't know what Adam Cole's making right now.
I would say like 1.8 million would be WWE's max, because I think they would do 3. No, it'd be more than that, because it'd be 3 years. It'd be 9, 18. It'd be
$800,000 a year for 3 years. What about that?
I would say 2.7 million for 3 years. So he would get, almost. It would be like 900,000. I think, but they might go more, because he's probably getting what, 750.
I think WWE could go 2.5 million on Adam Cole. I think they might actually go that. I mean, can Triple H actually say, Vince, this guy's worth 2.5 million? Do you think?
He is a draw. He's absolutely a draw. We know he's a draw.
Well, he's a draw to the this genre,
to this audience, but he still is a huge reason as to why NXT it was working initially. I mean, we had a down period of NXT. When he came in, he was like another boom. He brought about another great point in NXT. Basically, with him came about everybody else. So we'll see, but
it's really, this is going to be one of the most interesting contracts. There's
quite a few that I'm really.
Who compares
really
to Adam Cole right now, though? Who compares to him? Like in some ways, for a guy performing on NXT, it feels like it's overpaid. But for a guy, he could be doubly overpaid. Like, what I'm trying to say is, like, this guy could potentially get $2 million from WWE when he's just working NXT. And there's a potential for AEW to, they may not do it, but AEW may say, let's get nuts. And if AEW says, let's get nuts, think about this. If WWE offers Adam Cole $2 million and AEW offers him 2.5 or 3 million, that's a little crazy, because now they're getting into Jericho's contract almost. Jericho's what, 5 million or something? 3.5 or 5 million.
Yeah,
he's getting something
crazy.
He
was getting a lot of money, but I don't think he would get anywhere near that much. But I could see him getting a lot of money just because of how much they could get out of him still. Like, that's a really good signing, because of the amount that you could utilize him. That's someone that you're going to be able to have wrestle every week. He cuts great promo. Like, he's multifaceted, and he's pre-established. And I think he even owns the copyright for his name as well. So,
really,
I believe he owns his namesake, because he's been going as Adam Cole for ages. So,
yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
I'm curious what Moxley's contract is as well. Bullfrog said maybe it's because if you have him blocked on Discord, that's why you won't be able to hear his voice.
No, he's unblocked and he's not muted.
Yeah, so I don't know.
You didn't hear him either. You'd hear him.
Yeah, I would hear him too. So
Bullfrog, you're off your meds, Bullfrog.
You're out of your mind.
Don't mind if I do. What's my name? Duncachino. It's a whole new game. Duncachino. You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
Joe Cronin, the Soundwave, now owns JCS.
Oh.
And you're still fired.
Oh,
Smiley
I ain't fired, Aru. I ain't fired because I'm the Monetize This champion, and tomorrow night on Monetize This, you're going to find out why I'm not fired and why you might be fired, okay? Mr. Hairy Man, you got it?
Oh.
Arushin Jew, tomorrow night on Monetize This. Do you understand what's going to happen? I'll Monetize This tomorrow night with my belt. You're not taking it. No one's taking it.
You want that belt to stay home.
It's going to be a short show, too, because I got to work early in the morning on Saturday. So,
the SEC reported that Vince McMahon earned.
Oh, fuck.
We'll hear.
Become a shit bomb.
What's up, Hail Metal?
Blake was in a tag team with Buddy Murphy on NXT.
Yeah, Blake and Murphy was, and that's when Alexa Bliss used to go ahead and be their manager.
Oh, now I know who it is. Oh,
yeah,
that Blake.
And when he came to the main roster, then he was in the before the main roster. He joined the Forgotten Sons, and they were tag team in NXT.
I forgot
as a trio,
that was.
And then they came to the main roster, and they didn't do anything with it.
This is Alexa's ex. She was like, "Get him out of here."
Well, I thought she dated Murphy.
Oh, you're right. She did date Murphy. Okay.
It could have been
wrong.
I don't
No,
know.
I'm wrong.
I don't know.
No, you're right.
Maybe I'm backwards.
No, you're right.
You might be right. I don't know.
No, I'm not right.
Either way,
It's
she
Murphy.
did one of them, and that was an issue for a bit. They were pretty sour at each other.
Yeah, well,
But yeah, it was Murphy because they made the joke of the best kept secret.
Release the porn
that she kept him, from being there.
Release the porn.
But that's what I want to see. I want to see that, Not,
Oh, yeah, you know about
not the
that.
revenge porn, just the classic stuff.
AEW, man, 1.2 million. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, let's go. I was happy. I'm a pirate that found my booty tonight, so I'm a happy camper. But Vince McMahon is even more happy because he made $3.9 million. Nick Khan, he made $12 million.
What'd you just say?
$12.9 million.
Oh, okay.
That's right. Nick Khan made $12.9 million, but that's his $5 million sign-on bonus too. So still, George Barrios, the former co-president and CFO, he made a little over $1 million
of
and
WWE,
mostly from his severance pay being fired in January
of
last year. Stephanie McMahon made $2.1 million. That's including her talent pay. Triple H, EVP, got $2.3 million in 1 year because that's his talent pay as well.
Beat his wife. Men always get paid more.
Just by $200,000. Shane McMahon only got his performance pay at $820,000. So Khan made more than the McMahon family combined, and likely more than any other talent, which is amazing. I don't understand, but they think Khan is the reason why they got the $1 billion from Peacock over 5 years. They think that pretty much he's the one that orchestrated that deal exclusively.
Yeah.
So I would believe that that's why he was so...
Well, then he got a commission if he sold the deal.
Well, that's why he got a $5 million sign-on bonus.
Oh, there you go.
RVD is selling those rolling papers you saw in his WrestleMania, Hall of Fame stuff that he was doing. They'll be for sale on his eBay page.
On his eBay page, bro. Oh my God, eBay.
It's $250 for the box of rolling papers.
Wow,
but it's expensive. But he's selling 50 boxes of 50 books of rolling papers on his official eBay store. But they come with an 8x10, and they're all autographed.
He should autograph the rolling paper box. That'd be cool.
He autographs I think it's all autographed. So.
And then what he should do is lay his sausage on the box and trace his sausage.
Yeah, you get a signed box, an 8x10 that's autographed. $300. You get his dick imprint because he lays it right on top. So you get a little bit of that, powder muster.
Oh, yeah.
And then you get 50 books.
And you know who's buying one? You know who's buying one? 100%. I know who was buying one, Jake. Do you know who it is? I know.
Who's that? The weed god?
Joey Janela. Buying one guaranteed. Buying one
that
for
I
him.
believe.
One for him, which he's a fan, but also buying one for Sunny Kiss. You talk about sunny days.
Yeah. From one bro
Sunny
to another.
Kiss will cherish that box. I love Sunny Kiss's body. I'll just say that. I'm married to a woman. Guys, I'm married to a woman, but just want to say it. Just want to put it out there. I'm straight, but you know what? Man, Sunny Kiss's body, bro.
No doubt about it. It's
I
that
would
derriere.
look
but
it up.
yeah, no, the chat's still stuck up on the price. I mean, that's a lot of money. $250.
Yeah.
Even for the 50 packs.
For papers.
I mean, you usually spend $1 or $2 a pack for rolling papers. That's crazy. So that's $5 a pack.
Well, I mean, listen, it's the next
I
best
know
thing.
it's a limited supply, and that's why
This
it's
is a
novelty.
gateway.
If you're a big RVD fan, it's worth it.
Yeah, but this is a gateway to selling your Hall of Fame ring, okay? So I'm a little concerned.
Yeah,
this is the first step.
Soon
He's testing the waters, and he's like, all right, it's too soon. I'll sell rolling papers, and then in a year I'll do the ring.
Speaking of Hall of Fame,
oh, by the way,
career,
Jake, real quick, one more. RVD, I'm a big fan, so I just want to give you advice. My name's Joe Cronin. I've been doing wrestling commentary for years. I can call wrestling. If you know someone at Impact, get me over there. I'll do it. But here's my advice to you. It's free. Just hook me up with a commentary job. I'm sick of calling indie wrestling. I'm really kind of sick of it. So if you could just do that. I'd like to be a heel commentator or a play-by-play guy. RVD, make it happen, please. But RVD, cut the ring into 3 pieces and sell it for the price you were going to sell one ring for, 3 of them. Cut it into 3. Cut it like the Infinity Stone. Who's going to get piece 1, 2, and 3? Oh my God, RVD. And then sell every part. So $2,000 each piece. And you're going to make a chunk of money. Well, I guess we'd have to go look up how much other wrestlers' Hall of Fame rings went for. How much did Sonny's go for? Do you remember that, Jake? Somebody look up Sonny's ring. What did it go for?
I forget what it was. Apparently, Matt Morgan was in big financial woes, though.
Matt Morgan?
Yeah.
Wait, like the blueprint?
From WWE and Impact, yep. Apparently, he was having... the article states that Morgan started a company named Blueprint Enterprises, LLC in October 2019, and the tax office, while under Greenberg's command, started paying Morgan $4,500 a month, and it turned out to be like all of these additional, tax evasions, and it was a whole big ordeal. So, now he's
in my boat.
He's got
how much does he owe?
The Greenberg investigation led to an investigation on whether the congressman paid for sex with a woman, including a 17-year-old girl. And Congressman Matt Gaetz is involved with all of this.
What does this have to do with him?
I guess it's all involved somehow and related, and it's all with the congressman's tax dealings. And I have to look more into this. I literally just heard about this a minute ago, but that's crazy. So
Matt Morgan, you should have come over here.
Find out all the details.
I'll help you out. Come over to the Joe Cronin Show, Matt Morgan. We'll give you a paycheck, unlike that scumbag Raj. Okay, so come on over here, Joe Cronin Show, Matt Morgan. Let's make it happen on the review. I'll help you out, brother. How much do you owe the IRS? I owe them $50,000. How much do you owe them? Is it more than me?
Well, medical bills is, but
no, but how much does he owe?
$22,000 she sold it for. $22,000.
Whoa. Okay, so wait a minute. RVD, 3 pieces. So if you cut it into 5 pieces, and you sell each piece for a discount instead of $22,000 for a whole real ring, you can sell 5 pieces for like $10,000 each. Okay, boom, figured it out. No, how much does Matt Morgan owe the IRS? Do you know that?
I don't know.
That's what I'm asking.
I literally just got the message from Diva Bible that said, "Did you hear about everything that happened with Matt Morgan?" So I did not have a chance to look into all of this yet. But
Muhammad, I am in that boat. That's why I have another job and I'm working like my ass off everywhere.
Yeah, I'm literally just Googling like as we did it. But I do have confirmation apparently from Fightful. So take it as you want. But it's saying that Bo Dallas was not under the mask or did anything at WrestleMania with the Fiend stuff. He had nothing to do with any of that. That was all rumors and speculation. He was there Friday night participating in test matches for the ring crew to just help set up the ring.
Yeah, he was there.
Messing around, and he was wrestling as like a hey, let's have fun with people in the ring to test it. But it wasn't anything to do with anything at this point.
Right.
So that's that. Eva Marie is still on the roster. Just they're waiting for the right time to make her have her debut. Originally, they were going to have her debut at Mania in front of fans. Now they're not sure when they're going to do it, and she's just waiting at this point. She said she's waiting for the right opportunity when she was speaking to Muscle and Fitness, but she says that she's just waiting for the right time, and so are they. So hey. We'll see her soon enough, I'm sure, especially if they're going to start letting other female talent go. They're going to need to bolster that roster back up. They just had Carmella team up with Billie Kay this past weekend at WrestleMania, and now what is Carmella going to... it's like there's so many questions left with these firings. But speaking of firings,
I don't really think there are. Nobody was being used, so they're gone. I mean, that's really what it is.
That's what it comes down to. It's just why weren't they being used, and where does this leave other people that are left in the rubble?
I'm not one of those people that's getting outraged. Like, oh my God, it's such a it's like we already know they don't care about these.
Yeah,
people.
We've been upset for ages that they haven't been utilizing stars as they should be. This is nothing new, and they let them go. This is a good thing for them. They're free now. It sucks that they didn't get the special treatment like Andrade did with the 90-day no compete clause being waived. But at least in 90 days' time, they can go and sell a bunch of merch. Immediately, they're back on Pro Wrestling Tees. They're back on Twitch. They're back on Cameo. They're fine. They are. Immediately, Chelsea Green was like, "Bam! I'm back on Pro Wrestling Tees. Here's all my merch. I'm having a sale." Like, they'll be okay. They're going to get independent bookings, and things are starting to get back to normal as far as independent wrestling goes, and people going out to see shows, and we're
even though the pandemic really isn't much different than it was.
It's really not different really at all.
Should have never shut down anything
in certain provinces, and it's still a mess. But hey, people are going back to normal.
You know what I don't understand, Jake? You know what I don't understand? I want to ask everybody something. Here's what I don't understand about COVID. How come when COVID was here, they were worried about the hospital capacity right here? They said the hospitals right here in Massachusetts even. they were like, oh, the hospitals are filled up, capacity, it's crazy, we're in trouble, oh my God, which I understand, that made sense to me. But now we're at that same level now, like, and for the last months. How come they're not like, oh my God, they're like, oh, let's open up. So how come it's open up now when it was here, and even back up here, but back then it was like, oh my God, shut it all.
You want the real answer? I can kind of give it to you from a non-medical personnel point of view, but from speaking to people that were in the medical, field and dealing with all of this, it was the unknown. That's what it was. It was just they didn't know what this virus did. They didn't know how to kill it, how to fight it, what to do. Some of the things they were doing was actually worse and injuring the patients, and killing more patients.
Right.
So they had to go ahead and they had to move and readjust and not intubate people and try different medications. And once they did that, they're like, oh wow, we got a better handle on it. Oh, you don't have to worry about packages. It's not clinging to food. It's not clinging to surfaces. You don't need to wear 17 masks. One is good. Once things became a bit more normalized and facts were found, that's why it became less, hey, we don't have to worry about the hospitals being overrun, because if we do have COVID patients, now we know what to do with them. As where before, they had these highly contagious COVID patients in the hallways with, just oxygen on, and that's spreading the virus everywhere because they didn't know. They just didn't know what to do.
Right. So they were overreacting, you think? It makes sense. I understand.
Sense,
I'm just saying, like, it's very weird. It's almost like, it's very strange. But I understand that because
the media wanted to make Trump look bad. I don't deny that either. They wanted to make him seem worse and make it seem like they politicized it, so they had to make it someone's fault. And I don't care for Trump, and even I could admit that. So
right, I think anybody can see that, even if you don't like
that's
him.
A fact. That's a fact. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. The media wanted to blame our nation's president as if he did something, but really, well,
he did do something, but not quite. But everybody, nobody handled this. The important thing to remember, for everybody to remember, is no politicians handled this right. Nobody. Like, that's the important thing.
There was no way to handle this right. There was no 100% foolproof plan. Even
It's
the
a good
places that
point.
locked down fully, like New Zealand.
Sweden.
Oh my God, but look how much they've given up forever. Everything's been locked down for the longest time.
Dude,
all right, we've got
Sweden.
no cases, but how much was ruined, and they're a smaller population. We wouldn't have been able to do that to that extent here.
They're more rural in Sweden. Their houses aren't all as close. Like, we have these big cities. They don't have that in Sweden. But anyway, I don't want to make it a COVID thing. Let's not do that. Let's celebrate Tony Khan, 1.2 million, baby. Let's go back to the donos and hear what you guys are saying.
Yeah, chiming in.
Oh my God, racist asshole.
Speaking of
$9 for a fuck, someone donated 9. I'm getting hard, I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9, I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming and my balls have turned blue. $9, suck my dick.
How do you starve a black person? Put their food stamp card under their work boots. How does a black girl tell if she is pregnant? When she pulls the tampon out, all the cotton is picked. What do you call 2 black men in a red sleeping bag? A Kit Kat.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Gotta get some new material.
That was new. I never heard those ones before.
No? Oh, those are old.
Oh my God.
They're
having a war.
A shit bomb.
All the Hispanic, white, and black listeners.
Don't listen to Arujo, he only wants to touch cork.
Oh my God, the sound wave is telling us that Aru only wants to touch cock. Okay, that's okay
like cocking?
here. Well, we're super inclusive here, man, so if you're gay, that's cool with us. We love gay people. We love
cock. I thought you meant like cocking.
LGBT community. We love everybody here, so we got a lot of gay listeners and Hispanic listeners and black listeners and white listeners and bisexual listeners and transgender.
Joe, I had to fight for everything I have. I scratched and clawed to get here. And tonight I'm gonna make you my bitch.
Oh my God. Generic vanilla WWE face promo. Thank you for the 316. We got to bring back the Austin donation here. Oh, I think he is repeating the same joke, says E-Man. Really, E-Man? You think he... Oh, shit.
I'm pretty sure we heard those.
That's disappointing, racist asshole, because racist asshole, I assume you're white, and like the Hispanic guy and the black guy are killing it. They're like attacking each other. We're only missing an Asian guy that can attack everybody. Ed's View from Japan. Ed's View, you're sick. We need you. Can you imagine that we have a guy in Japan and a couple other guys in different countries all making fun of each other?
Founder of BLM buys a house for $1.4 million in a white community. Hope you burn in hell, you black, purple skin, black.
Oh my God!
In the house you house now.
Oh my God, AJ, wait a minute, you're black. Why would you say?
Well,
that?
he's saying he sold his soul. You know, he took the money from the BLM fundraiser to go ahead and buy himself a mansion in a white community to live with the white folk, you know, and
what is
become
going
Kerwin
on?
White.
Well, hey, listen. I mean, that I told you that's what all these fundraiser people do. It doesn't matter. Save the Cancer Foundation. Save this. They take the money and they become rich off of like dead people. Like it's
Duncachino.
That's
Don't mind if I
the
do.
BLM leader's no
What's
different.
my name? Duncachino. It's a whole new game. Duncachino. You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
Joe, I'm teasing you. Now Tince McMahon. Yes, senile. Where's my diaper? Seriously, WWE plain messed up.
Thank you, Aru. Yeah, listen, most black people, like you're saying in the chat, Davo, it's like, dude, most black people don't even like the BLM thing. They believe BLM, they believe Black Lives Matter, but they don't necessarily like the group, right? They don't care about that's not helping them.
That doesn't represent them.
Right. They're into equality and stuff, and we all are into equality and making sure everybody's whatever. But, I mean, nobody's into any foundations and groups. They always take all your money. It's the new church since religion doesn't work anymore. You know what I mean? That's what it all is. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Samoa Joe on Twitter said he still has the 90-day clause. Welsh pointed out that it ends exactly on July 27th, which is on a Wednesday. Could be a surprise appearance and reform the main event Mafia.
Actually,
there's going to be 1,000 ideas flying, Joe.
But that honestly is bad news because I think that means that it doesn't end until that night at midnight. Then, unless it starts.
I think it's that Wednesday. He's clear. I'm pretty sure the way everybody counted it,
right?
It'll be exactly that 27th. Is the day he's clear. So at least it's a Wednesday. Hey, you know, if they're going to do anything. But the one thing they're not having a great time with is dealing with this Ivelisse backlash going on now.
You become a shit bomb.
Hey guys, did you watch Steve Austin podcast with Jericho? So freaking awesome.
You know,
rock on gesture, rock
I'm
on
sorry.
gesture, cool face.
J-Rod, what's been up, J-Rod? I am going to watch it tomorrow on my way home, my way to work and home from it. I can't believe I haven't watched it yet. So tomorrow I will hear it and we'll probably do a review of it. I'm sure it's awesome.
I'm an hour through it and it is really, it's good, but
softball.
It is a softball thing. Like they do bring up AEW. They're going to talk about Sammy Guevara. Like they've talked about AEW quite a bit, and it's not like, but it's nothing very in depth. Like it was more or less like, what's the best of Jericho of all time? Like who are your favorite opponents? Which is good. I want to hear this stuff, but I was really hoping for more of that Undertaker style Broken Skull, you know, podcast we got where it was like really behind the scenes,
right?
Pull back the curtain, like road story, like this is what's real and nitty gritty, but.
Yeah, Jake had a surgery and it's affected his eye, and he's got to have another one now. That's the deal with the eye patch. Just for the people.
No, my plane was shot down, like Hector said, over the Sea of Japan, and I got a few battle scars.
Do you want to mention Ivelisse? I interrupted you on that earlier.
Well, yeah, just she's saying everything she can bad about anyone that would, to anyone that'll listen about either Thunder Rosa or the coaches at AEW or. I mean, she's saying that Thunder Rosa has done nothing but slander my name the entire time. I kept quiet, and Thunder Rosa has a history of getting involved with officials. She did this in Lucha Underground when she had her lawsuit. That lawsuit with her and Lucha was a completely, that was a payment issue. And
Wait a minute, didn't a bunch of people have a lawsuit?
So many people had lawsuits with Lucha Underground.
Yeah, everybody had a lawsuit because, is that the lawsuit she's talking about? Because that has nothing to do with her. The lawsuit was everybody was like, this is bullshit. We're getting screwed here. And then that happened. But what is that? Everybody was doing that. I don't know. Ivelisse has to come up with some concisive, if she's going to throw shit at people.
Because the last thing that I saw was, Joey Ryan, Ivelisse, Thunder Rosa, there was a few of them. They were Lucha Underground back in like March of 2019 settled their lawsuits with all of them.
Yeah,
so that's the only thing that I knew of is that Ivelisse was part of the goddamn lawsuit. She was saying most wrestlers were only making $4,000 a season. So that means in a 4-year span, all of those wrestlers for all of those shows made only at a maximum of $16,000. But they were pulling in millions because it was strictly independent, you know. And Joey Ryan was able to buy his house strictly off of the independent wrestling money in that time span, you know. So it's not like other places weren't paying well. And I'm telling you right now that I don't understand what Ivelisse is getting at. But she's just keeps attacking Thunder Rosa over and over and over. So people are coming to her defense, and you know it doesn't seem like she'll ever make a return to AEW though. Ivelisse, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's really interesting. That is really interesting stuff. I think Ivelisse is just desperate. All right, it comes off that way. Maybe there's something that really happened that we don't know about. You know, and there's something going on, but this is really weird. I mean, dude, if Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, and that's what you got to think, if Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart were able to go in the ring and just have these wars and take care of each other in the ring to be safe, and also have these amazing matches because of their chemistry and real life drama, you know, but then you see Ivelisse and what she does in the ring when she's upset. That's the difference of, you know what I mean, winners and losers. I hate to say it. I mean, maybe she'll change and get better, but, you know, and listen, I've been like this myself. You know, I've done the little pouty thing and been a baby, or I've been like upset and I do weird things and whatever else. And, I do those things too. And when I did them, I went, oh, well, no wonder I failed. You know, sometimes you just got to suck it up and wait, and eventually people will see the true colors. If there's something someone's doing that people don't know about, you know, there's nothing you can do about it. Just be your best thing. And
but what you're saying is so true. And the problem is with there's been a lot of injustice with women's wrestling. We've seen it. I'm sorry, I'm trying to sound serious, and Ness has me laughing in the chat. Yeah, I got a little too excited with a banana and poked myself in the eye, but not a big deal. But honestly, I agree with you. But the thing with Ivelisse is that her history continually repeats itself, and she's like, "Oh, see, I speak out and I get fired." But every time, it's like you're the only one speaking out, and you're saying that these things are happening. But this doesn't ever seem to be the case because none of these things are ever proven true. No one else is complaining. No one else has any issues but you. And it's every company that she's been a part of. Has she had problems with? Has she been labeled difficult to work with? Has she been fired from? So, I mean, it's been a repeat, case of her having issues.
Did anyone say what she's speaking out about? That she's apparently...
She had issues and arguments with the trainers and coaches in the back of the AEW locker rooms, apparently. There's not been specifics said that I've seen so far personally. If something's been added, I am unsure, but with my research up to this point, I've not seen anything with her having specifics said. So,
what the hell?
All I heard is that she spoke out about producers. They said some things about her heritage, maybe, but nothing's been proven. Nothing's been even given like any type of like validation. So it's all just very weird.
What
and she kind of pulls this stuff out every time she starts to get a bad attitude.
It's so weird. Like, she's very strange. I mean, it sounds like Ivelisse sucks. I mean, I'm sorry, to her. Maybe she'll come on the show and tell us different. I don't know. Someone just sent me this on Twitter. What the hell is this? What the hell is going on here, dude?
What is going on? I'm so confused.
Oh my God! Wait a minute! What?
Oh my God! He chucked the pussy.
Is that a cat?
It's a cat. The cat is out of the crate. The wife or mother or whoever, she has if you restart it, she's got a carrier to her left, and she's running from the cat. And then he grabs it, and the cat's attacking the woman, and he grabs the cat, and then the cat or whatever dog, it looks like a cat, going at its face, and then he chucks it.
That's a huge fucking cat. I mean, what is going on?
Is that like a bobcat, like a mountain lion? Like what? That's a big cat. I mean, my cat's pretty big, man. Too. But Jesus.
But they have a cat thing.
But they have a cat carrier, so I don't think it's. Look at him just chunk the cat. Jesus.
Watch out! Oh,
has he got a gun?
Shoot that fucker! Get out! Watch out!
Shoot the fucker. It's a bobcat. Okay, it is a bobcat.
It's a bobcat?
Ah, that's a bobcat. Yep. See?
Wait a minute. And wait a minute.
The bobcat was going after the cat in the crate. Oh, that's what happened. Yeah, that's what the chat said.
Wow.
Oh yeah, bobcat will fuck you up. Shoot that thing. Goddamn.
Holy crap, dude.
That's why he threw the bobcat. That's scary, no doubt. It's just hard to see what's going on, and I'm blind enough as is. Jesus.
A bobcat. Oh, okay. We got to see. It's on the bottom left.
Yep. See, something jumped at her. I thought it was the cat out of the carrier. Right here, you see it right at the start, right there. She starts going, she runs, and something's jumping at the animal in the carrier. The husband grabs the bobcat right there. She takes off with the animal.
Good husband.
Still in the carrier. He did well there.
That's a keeper. He didn't run. He grabbed it off her.
He pulls it away.
Oh yeah, he says it's a bobcat. He yells it. Listen to this.
It's a bobcat.
Oh my god! It's almost
hear when he throws it.
The best is how he's holding it. It's like he's like, dude. It's like he's like, oh my god, dude. He's like, it's a bobcat.
Simba. Yeah, like you are the chosen one.
This is like a once in a lifetime thing.
Hear that? He makes the most guttural, chucking, heaving noise. I love it.
Man, I would have bashed
Play that one more
head.
time for me.
He really should have bashed, not thrown it away into the grass. He should have just bashed its head into something.
Yeah, you should have.
Especially with what looks like a kid.
I don't want to kill it, granted. But
no, you got. When a bobcat attacks, you got to kill it.
They're so vicious.
That is a kid right there, isn't it?
It looks like.
I hate to say it. You got to
younger person.
You got to incapacitate.
They're trying to run over to help. It looked like at first.
See, watch it run back. Oh, he does. He pulls out a gun. Watch him. He pulls a gun out.
Yeah, he does have a gun right there.
Watch out!
Watch out!
Watch out now! Wow, what a break from wrestling to see a man hunt a bobcat in his backyard.
That was.
What the hell?
What a crazy turn of events.
Good God, what is going on? Anyway, that was a nice little break from wrestling as a bobcat.
Yeah, that was pretty great to break down.
Let's go back to the...
bum!
You think Alistair Black is begging to be released next? I think he would kill it in NJPW.
Nefesh, what's been up, Nefesh? Thank you for the $5 becoming a $5 ship bum. I guess we got to your thing.
Yeah, I would think not, because he's all about these vignettes and him coming back. But his wife, Zelina Vega, is still not been picked up anywhere, so that could be a factor too.
That's crazy because we'll see what happens. I think she's even more talented at this point than a lot of other people, and I'm surprised that.
Yeah,
I think she's going to be an impact. Well, wait a minute, doesn't she have a no compete for a while? Isn't that why she's nowhere?
Well, that would have been over.
Shit bomb.
Correction on the Soundwaves donation. The 90 days expires on July 14th, which is still on a Wednesday.
Okay, hilarious. I wasn't sure of the date. I didn't have it in front of me, but I knew it was a Wednesday. I remember people counted down to the Wednesday. So thank you.
Yeah, that looked like me when I was going after Clover the other day when she was on top of Melly. But
yeah, no shit.
We have bobcats all over the place here, so we've gone up Fisher cats and bobcats out here. We got to be careful out here for that, especially at nighttime. I don't know when they're out. That was daytime, so that's a little weird. But I think bobcats will do that. So I don't.
We used to have coyotes. When
I
was in Northford, my grandmother and step-grandfather.
They're everywhere.
I remember we had one jump in the pool.
Billy got cat when Dana Brooke, Mandy Lana didn't, who all are awful. The Iconics might not be good wrestlers, but they put the E in WWE. Especially Billy. Fuck you, Vince. The new release, your best commentator. What a joke.
It really
they
is
release
stupid.
him when they bring in this, this Adnan Vark guy who, I'm sorry, but, the whole effing show got it right the other day. You were justified in your explosion because of how he talked on Raw.
The guy was an idiot.
ESPN made fun of this guy, Joe. ESPN commentators made fun of Aardvark, whatever you say his name is.
Aardvark.
Yeah, they made fun of Aardvark because of how bad he did and how he couldn't even know, a shoelace from a suplex at this point. Like, the famous, you don't know a wrist lock from a wrist watch. He doesn't. He has no clue about wrestling. Okay, you don't know the moves. Well, then don't make him the lead frigging announcer.
Right.
It's baffling that they would ever have him, be in that position. But one of the things I am excited about is that Ted DiBiase was on Booker T's Hall of Fame radio show and said that he's going to go work with Cameron Grimes and have a feud with him. I'm excited for that. I almost wish I didn't know, but I'm glad they're talking about it. And, it's going to be exciting. I like this idea because Cameron Grimes is currently rich.
Yeah, we talked about how he's the new $1 million man.
We said that this would be a great idea. They're going with it. So, hey, I'm excited. I'm curious to see what they do with DiBiase.
Well, we all know DiBiase's really poor because he's got to bail out his kid.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
So, I mean, I don't know how believable this can really be.
But his on-screen...
Hey, Brandon Brown, thanks for subbing to the channel, BB. Sup?
But I like the idea of these two having a promo off and what could come of it.
Speaking of promo off, Matt Cardona just had a promo off with EC3.
Oh, really?
My buddy Loki's on Twitter. You guys may have seen him with the blue check mark. He's the big ripped guy. He's worked a little bit with EC3 and Impact and stuff like that, and or Ring of Honor. And they just did a video that just dropped on the major pod network. And I don't want to play too much of it because I don't know. They probably want you to go over and watch it at some point, but it's worth checking out later on. It just dropped. Interesting. This is weird.
Seems like you're just so focused on the past. You say, I live in the past, but clearly it's you who lives in the past.
A lot can change in a year. Do you know studies say that if you drink black coffee, you're more likely to be a psychopath?
That's weird because I drink black coffee. I mean...
Explains a lot.
Do you drink black coffee?
No.
I crave black coffee. My dad drank black coffee.
Cream and sugar, baby.
I mean, I'll drink coffee with cream and sugar, but I don't really do it anymore. I pretty much just have black coffee because I want it to clean out my liver and kidneys, and it's the caffeine. And
yeah, I could never tolerate it that way, but that's the best because this way you can always have coffee. You never have to worry about having anything with it. You just have coffee.
Yeah, get rid of the sugar and the cream shit.
That's why they tell you in the military, get used to having it black. Just drink coffee.
I love black coffee.
Yeah, so can't do it.
I'm a psycho.
I'm too white for that.
What?
Too white for that. I need cream.
That's like really white. I feel like it's the other way.
What's my name? Duncachino. It's a whole new game. Duncachino. You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
Joe, will you please smell your fingers for me? I need this from you. Do they smell dirty? Jake too. Thanks, boys.
Yeah, they smell good because I wash them like every second. I'm a weirdly cleanly person. If I'm
I was running late to the show, so my
Paul.
hand smells like my wife.
Oh yeah. Fish junk.
No,
Joe likes a black. Yeah. I have a lot of I do like a black, to be honest. I have too many black friends. That's why every once in a while
this is the scent that drives you
that N-bomb slips out.
Anyone else hates Beth Phoenix on commentary? I rather hear Nia Jax queef Stairway to Heaven. The Fiend needs to resurrect someone to take down Alexa. Her name is Katie Vick. It's a damn shame Samoa Joe is unemployed, but Nyla Rose and her testes have a job.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Mr. Pico. The thing is, though, I think Beth Phoenix is fine. I don't have a problem really. I'm more worried about Vic Joseph and the other people. Like I think Beth is the best one of the three. That's the problem. I think Beth is the best of them. If she's a 6 out of 10 or 7 out of 10 to me, or at least a 6, I think she's the best one. I don't know why. That's just me. I don't know. Like, it just doesn't bother me that much because the other ones drive me so nuts.
After Guy's excellent takeover and Mania sit-down interviews Joe did with talent. What a joke. BTW did the 24/7 title they want us to forget. Since Bad Bunny won it, they dropped title. Get rid of women's tag titles, they are pointless.
Well, the Alexis sweet ass, thank you. The women's tag titles, the 2 tag team titles on each brand, the 2 women's titles. There's too many titles. We say this a million times. There should be like 6 titles and that's it. There shouldn't be fucking 10 or 11 or whatever it is. It's too many titles. I don't like Vic Joseph. I don't care what you say. Maybe it is my vendetta. Maybe I'm mad he got hired over me. Maybe that is true. I could be bitter like Ivelisse, but I don't like him.
Yo, this whole city, gritty. Yo, we might eat our own city. Yeah, eat our own city. In the city, Philly, we eat shitty. We're gritty as can be. We can survive off our motherfucking own feces. In Philly, we're gritty. In Philly, we're gritty. In Soul City, we'll eat our own shitty. In Philly, that's why our mascot looks like a...
I'm very upset that my favorite female wrestler Chelsea Green has left WWE. Chelsea Green and Britt Baker were a tag team in the independents called Fire and Nice. Do you think Chelsea and Britt can be a great tag team in AU?
I was going to say they could definitely have them together, but maybe she'll go with her fiance.
She's got too much of a solo push, really,
Well, yeah, right now.
They can wrestle each other.
Time, in 90 days, maybe they can have something.
Maybe they can wrestle each other. I'd
All
see
their
them.
releases show the morons on charge on main roster hate NXT. All these releases spent time in NXT. All Triple H hard work to get us to care about these people always gets thrown away.
Yeah, Triple H really does a good job usually, and it all goes for nothing. So
think about how over Bobby Roode was, Andrade. And so many. You could think of so many stars. Even Lars was over to a certain extent.
Yeah, but it's almost like anyone gets over there,
But it's not, because there's a lot of things that don't work too. There are things that just don't get over, and the fans kind of don't, get behind. Dexter Lumis being one. He's still, people just don't give a crap about him.
Yeah, well, he's a main roster type of person. He's not a good guy for NXT.
If Peyton Royce needs to make some money now, I got something for her to do.
Oh.
What Sean Spears don't know won't hurt him. Unless I leave her pregnant, then he'll know. BTW don't know if you covered it, but Mania in Dallas is reportedly moving back to one night.
Yeah, Stephanie McMahon hinted at that in an interview about 3 months ago, saying that they plan on going back to one night next year. Yeah. And that this was just a temporary thing again for COVID. That they did plan on 2 nights at one point maybe, and this pushed them to it, and then they did it again, but it will go back to one night. So
they said they weren't internally. They like how everything turned out, but they weren't crazy about having 2 nights.
Right.
It was more cumbersome, and it was more of an issue. They would have rather have shortened the card down a bit and done it all in one night. But that's what they usually did. They usually had 15 matches anyway.
Gosh, shut the fuck up, Michael, you remnants of a 50-guy cream pie on your horse fucking hillbilly ass rape mother of yours. She is a common country.
God. Oh my God. Wow, I mean, AJ Adams really just went after Mikel's mother. I mean, that's really sick. I mean, to go after this guy's mother? Are you serious? I mean, that's pretty sick,
all
bro.
she did was take a cake to the face.
All she did was take the whole neighborhood to the face. Listen, Soundwave 92 is the top dog, baby. $20 out of nowhere. If you want to show the love, if you want to beat him, become a top dog.
You want to show the love.
Show it. Yeah.
I have a bit of a speculation. I don't have any proof. It's just a inkling, a feeling, a thought, but go with it. I think Ronda Rousey's contract has secretly been extended.
Okay. Extended.
Reason being is that she would be expired at the end of this month, right? It's supposed to be just after Mania, but it would essentially be at the end of this month, her contract would be up.
Okay.
And, all right, it should already technically be expired, but realistically, she had a small leeway of time on there. It's supposed to expire April 10th, but then some people said, no, wait, it doesn't expire to the end of the month. Either way, it's supposed to be done the end of this month. I just don't see them getting rid of her so easily and not letting, just letting her walk out the door and not renewing her or not doing anything. It seems risky to me. And then she's talking again about wrestling. And she hasn't said diddly squat about wrestling at all, except that I have no intentions to come back. That's pretty much been it. She hasn't talked about the product. She hasn't talked about who she likes, really. Here and there, she kind of like would show support for Shayna Baszler and her 4 horsewomen crew, but she wasn't doing much to promote WWE. Now she's talking about dream matches that she wants with Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. She's on the Table Talk podcast and saying, "Oh, this baddest woman on the planet would love to have Mania matches." She's like, "I'm capable of having matches with Nia Jax because she's really strong, but I don't want to do that. To me, I want to work with Rhea Ripley. I want to work with," and she's talking about WWE women and scenarios that she's setting up. So it seems like she has the mindset that she wants to come back sooner than later and have some of these matches. So how could they just let her not re-sign and walk out the door and have a chance to go elsewhere? I'm just baffled by that.
Yeah, I
she's so valuable. She really is.
I think they're just waiting, and I think she's taking her time. But people really did think she was sour at WWE. I mean, but that could be her playing.
She was sour at the fans, but then she said she had since gotten over it because she didn't realize how passionate people were, and she had kind of came around on her attitude of it. But
yeah,
it's certainly something. So, but Big Cass is hoping that he's going to be able to make a WWE return. He was talking to Chris Van Fish Fillet saying. Wow, he's hoping that might happen. And
what about Enzo? Could they ever bring Enzo back too? Or
I wonder. I would love to see Enzo and Cass have a return, and I would rather see them honestly in AEW over WWE.
Yeah, that's what everybody wanted not that long ago. Remember that? And then that went away.
I thought that was going to be a possibility, but he looks great. He's sober. He talks about the seizure that he had and how everything took a bad turn for him. He said he went to lunch with Gangrel and he was talking with Bubba Ray Dudley.
I love Gangrel. That's so cool that he went to lunch. I love Gangrel. He's a great guy.
Such a great guy.
Seriously.
Yeah. And he said I was supposed to be on right after intermission. I had to go sign an intermission. And he said, I remember dumping my water bottle over my head. My comb was on the table, and that's the last thing I remember. I walked out to the merch table, and I don't remember anything except being loaded into an ambulance.
Damn.
And he said, then at the hospital, I tried to come up with some bullshit. I said, maybe I'm dehydrated or I'm not sleeping. It's exhaustion. He said, but I knew it was alcohol withdrawal. But I was too embarrassed to admit that to anybody. Some people knew because I had a bottle of liquor in my bag that I didn't drink from. But I was super embarrassed.
That's less scary than what we thought it was.
Yeah, we thought it was, some type of serious
major,
medical condition.
Major
I didn't know he was drinking that bad at that point, or we would have put that together.
Yeah, and also major mental issues and all these other things. I mean, he did have that, but we thought it was something you couldn't come back from. If it's alcoholism, you can.
Apparently, I keep hearing that he's a big. That Doc Gallows is, a big fan of Big Cass, and they're really good friends, and he's trying to get him into AEW. I've heard that story rumored around so many times, but you never know what's legitimate, and you don't know what kind of pull the Good Brothers have. Impact is working with AEW, but you figure maybe he would get them into Impact, not AEW then. So I don't know what to believe on that, but nothing's been confirmed. So the Young Bucks are coming back at critics as well, saying that, New Japan has been booking wrestling factions for more than 40 years and they're still around, so it's easier to book angles and get more people involved if you have more different groups.
But does he know that? I mean, now maybe I'm naive and I'm a part-time, I barely watch New Japan anymore, but there was 5 years straight where I did watch a lot of it, and then for the rest of my life I've always just looked in and said, oh, what are they doing? Okay. But I see tons and tons of one-on-one matches and stuff like that in New Japan. There's always
they didn't have a ton of stables in New Japan.
Yeah, there's always 1, 2, or 3, maybe 4 stables or whatever. But they don't have.
It was always like a duo, and the Golden Lovers thing. And
am I blind? Says, I mean, maybe I'm missing something.
Well, here's the quote. Nick says, "I see the argument, but I think North American fans have never seen this many at one time." Talking about factions, he said they are used to 1, 2, or 3 stables in a company. It's easier to book angles if you get more people involved with different groups. If you're not aligned in a stable, you're alone, and that's hard to book sometimes. That's why we have a lot of factions. It has clearly worked. No, that's just lazy booking. that means you don't know how to book people in singles capacity, so you have to team them up with other people to get stories going.
Or you can't figure out.
That just shows that Tony Khan can't book. The booker of the year
Do you want to know what I'm worried
doing.
Do you want to know what I'm worried about? It really is.
What's that?
You hired so many people because you want to be the good guy, and when they're hired, what happens is you are afraid of now being the bad guy to everybody, because if you don't book everybody, then people get mad at you. So I think this is kind of a result of, well, we've got to book everybody. So how do you get away with being able to book everybody? You put them all in factions, so when they show up on TV, they're all getting that TV time.
Because now instead of just John Silver walking out, it's the Dark Order walking out, and there's 11 of them.
Right.
Exactly.
This is what that's what it is. That's
Jericho
the answer. I think I'm telling you the answer right now, everybody. Send it to Cornette and everybody, because that's the answer. I'm sorry.
You're not wrong. It's just super lazy.
I think I don't even think they're trying to do lazy. I don't think it's lazy booking. I think the problem is.
Yes, they booked themselves into a corner by having so many talent and not wanting to feature people. But they have 3 shows.
But it's I'm a nice guy booking. Yeah, but the only thing that matters is Dynamite, and that's what people are going to bitch about if they're not wrestling.
But see, that's what they've made
I'm a nice guy
of that they shouldn't have done. They should have always focused on having Dark as their build up, and then Dynamite be their main. That's fine, but they never really they mix the stories of Dynamite into the other 2 shows.
What do you hear all the time about how we're going to use everybody the right? Everyone's going to get time. Everyone's going to get this, that, and the other thing. Tony's a great guy. I bet you Tony is a great guy. He is a good guy. That's the problem a little bit, I think, is that I think he's trying to find a way to involve everybody, because that's why everyone that's like, hire more people. Really? What do you want, 90 stables?
They need to trim the roster, not...
This is exactly what it is.
So there's too many people, and especially because they keep hiring all of these indie talents that are, they're good, but they're very young, or they could be cultivated, but that's why Dark is good for them. But they don't need to be featured on Dynamite. Like the Agogo guy, with the gut punch and all that stuff. I don't think he's quite there. That to me is a Dark talent. Build him up there. I don't think he needs TV time. That's for a Cody spot, especially on Dynamite at this point. But that's my stance with it.
Could be showing him there to then put him on Dark so people kind of know who he. I mean, maybe better.
But they have mixed all their shows, so it doesn't make Dynamite feel like the biggest deal, like you've graduated or elevated to Dynamite, because they had Kenny fighting a match on the Elevation, and all of a sudden you got stories continued on to Dark the next night, and I get what they wanted to do with it originally. It was a good idea, but they kind of muddied the water. So it just, they need to have some type of boundary there.
I think this is why this is happening. And I think it's a temporary thing while they figure out where they're going with people and stuff. And I think they're also, that's why I don't think it's 100% lazy, and more of it seems lazy.
I know it's not 100% laziness. It's easy to say
but
that.
But I believe that too. I think I was saying what you're saying until it just dawned on me.
Yeah.
That what it is this guy, I don't think he knows 100% how to say no to everything, or how to cope with the idea that so much of the roster won't be on TV if we don't do this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people.
You're not wrong about that, and they don't. And Tony Khan is so worried about the negative feedback on Twitter. He really is. I mean, the first thing he says after Britt Baker, damn near kills herself is, "Oh my God, I can't wait to see what Meltzer gives that. That could be 5 stars because it's a special." That's their focus. They want that rejoice from the internet crowd.
I mean,
they do. That's what they're seeking. They're seeking validation. So I can understand why he would get upset if he got a bunch of Twitter flack from people saying, "Why aren't you using so-and-so?" So I could see how you get into a booking rhythm of trying to get everybody on the show.
Well,
but it is lazy because you can't tell an individual story.
I think he's just having fun with, he's a just like we are. He's
getting to play fantasy.
He's into Meltzer and everybody like that, and reviewers, and what are they saying, and if people are saying all bad things, you're probably going to ignore it kind of, but
they hang off of every one of Cornette's words. If he says up, they go down. I mean, they do that deliberately. They make sure to mention him on air in their own way, like, "Oh, we got our mud show, we got our," they listen to everything he says so they could do the opposite. They like to have that back and forth, because if he doesn't like that style so much, that they like to aggravate him even more. And it's
that is, I will say
a
you're
bit
right,
of rivalry, but they listen to all of it is my point. They're
why are you entertaining why are you entertaining a guy that just hates everything you do? Almost.
That's the thing. Like, but they do that for a lot of them. They listen to the negative feedback, and it's not like fuel for them to get.
I mean,
better.
should
like,
I start bashing them? Is that why
weird.
they ignore me now? Should I start bashing them? Like, is that why I
once we were positive?
I'm not even that big as like Cornette. That's why. But
I'm saying once you're positive, it's a little, a little less hurt.
I should just start crapping on everybody again. I mean, I did it to WWE. I got banned from everything. I mean, well, actually, no, I did it to WWE.
No, because
I did it to WWE. They gave me tickets.
Yeah, because originally they wanted that type of crass and edgy.
No, they didn't. They wanted me to say good things.
They wanted the clean version of Edgy Joe.
No, they wanted me to say
WWE styled version of Joe.
Yeah, kind of, but they kind of wanted me to say good things.
Well, no doubt. But I'm saying, but they wanted edgy, cool Joe Cronin, but WWE stylized. So you would have had to be not yourself and true to your your role. So
yeah, they wanted me to be like, it was good tonight, actually. Yeah, that's what they wanted.
And that's
which I mean, like I
can understand you wanted to play ball when you work for the company that
I didn't,
but you weren't working for them, so you're not going to lose your integrity at that point. And
I really was. When I think back on that, I really was a cunt. Like, it's crazy because it was like, here, Joe, we'll roll out this red carpet for you and meet everybody. Hey, come say hi to everybody. Joe, have a fun, good time tonight.
Yeah, we'll send you places.
Here's your front row seats.
And then you places, even included me and stuff. Like, it was crazy.
And then the crazy thing is that then I like the next week on fucking Twitter, I'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like,
ripping them apart. Yeah,
yeah. It's like, dude, I like sometimes people say that I'm like fake or something. It's like, dude, I couldn't be any less fake. I should have I should have sucked their ass and then like done more. I literally bashed them right after they gave me front row tickets for like a whole 2 years in a row. Like it's like,
exactly.
Dude, I can't off. How much more crazy real can you get? The Twitter feed still exists where they're like, here, have front row tickets, Joe. Hey, Joe. And then, oh, Joe, fuck you. Why did you do this? What the fuck are you guys doing? Really, Joe? Like,
I think that the biggest thing for wrestling right now, and honestly, with all of it, no matter what you say, good, bad, and different, we just need the fans back. That's what it all comes down to, because even at WrestleMania, like, the fans did boo certain things. They booed the Randy Orton match ending. They didn't like that. That was trash. That was crap. But they still cheered other things that you don't think they would normally always go nuts for, like Tamina, because people were just in a jubilant mood because it was WrestleMania and we're finally back in front of people. That's what that is. Goosebumps. We're there, we're live, but they didn't stick with it. You need fans in attendance for them to be booing and for them to the Thunderdome telling us, okay, time to cheer now, time to boo. It's not where AEW, they're not getting a genuine reaction either, because they have all of their their mid card in the front singing Jericho's theme song, and then the fans they do have there obviously are risking COVID and live in Jacksonville, so they're going regularly. They're dedicated. There's very, very limited tickets, so they're extreme fans to be there. It's not a casual fan that's seeking out AEW Dynamite at this point.
No, absolutely not. And Alexis Sweet Ass donated $3 and says, "It's a disgrace. Peyton and Billy got cut, but Dana Brooke, Mandy, and Lana, who are awful, are still there. The Iconics might not be good wrestlers, but I think Peyton is. But they put the E in WWE, especially Billy. F you, Vince. Thank you for your best commentators." Alexis, thank you. Yeah, I think that Sweet Ass, thank you. I think that Peyton Royce is the better wrestler. Billy Kay is the better entertainer. So you put them together, boom.
They had a great combo. I mean, Otis is obviously responding because Tucker's released. He throws up an old picture of them with NXT together as heavy machinery.
It's like, did you know that was going to be your best times? Like, almost everybody. Hey, enjoy NXT. Everybody who's ever in NXT, enjoy it, because that was probably your best time ever. Because look at what's going. I mean, other than even Sasha, as much as. What Sasha has going for her is that they treat her like this top star female in the whole company. But even Sasha, it's like, dude, she doesn't do nearly what she should be doing after what I saw her do in NXT. and yet she is the top person almost, and it's like hilarious.
Yeah.
It's
I know. And with Samoa Joe, we've heard for weeks now. He keeps saying, "I want to wrestle. I want to wrestle. I want to wrestle." I mentioned this to you like a month ago, saying, "Will we see him at Mania? Is there a possibility?" We originally thought maybe we'd get him at the Royal Rumble as a return, and WWE just won't clear him. So of course they do this thing where they let him go because they don't want to fight with him about another star that wants to be cleared with health issues. They're saying, and I don't know if it's a concussion issue with him that they're worried about or what, but
maybe they're worried he'll kill someone
like
Tyson Kidd again.
You become.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
A shit bomb.
Tony Paul, thanks for the $4.99.
Poor Joe, he doesn't have a job. Oh wait, he's a world-known competitor that is above half of any company's roster. I forgot, my bad, lol.
I know. I mean, I don't understand why. Listen, Joe's going to be great no matter where he goes. Tony Paul, thank you for the $4.99. We're going to let
That's why I said I'm not sad for most of these people. They will be completely fine. And, now Joe wants to wrestle, so this is a great thing for him. He wasn't going to be able, WWE was not going to let him have that.
What's my name?
Now he can go and wrestle. He doesn't have to fight
It's a
them.
whole new game. Duncachino. You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
Did you ask for an Asian? Listen, AJ Adams.
Oh my God.
I'm going to pound my egg roll so hard into your mother she'll think she just got her reparations.
Oh my God.
Don't worry, AJ, I'm a lover. I'm always careful around a woman's neck.
Oh my God. Duncachino with an $11 donation. There we go, man.
Duncachino chiming in.
Now they're all coming out of the woodwork. Thank you for the $11, my friend. Donations, I'm going to let them play because I'm past the time that I can pass my bedtime. I got to get out of here.
Yes,
I got to get up wicked early.
So while you're doing that, Tony Khan's considering adding an intermission to the pay-per-views that he has.
Ugh.
So halfway through, you will see a countdown clock of like 8 to 10 minutes so people can go and get up, get drinks, whatever, and not have to have a bathroom break for matches. I kind of don't hate that idea.
Matt Hardy working through the death of his father says how dedicated he is to AEW, and when bigger crowds can watch, the broken gimmick needs to come back. Matt needs to hold gold in AEW before Christian.
I really don't want to see it come back.
Thank you, Slappy Fez. Yeah, I wish the broken gimmick from 2016 was back because that was my favorite character in wrestling ever for like a long time. And now I have no character. There's nobody I like. I mean, I used to love Matt Hardy. Now it's dead. And I didn't like Matt Hardy. I never liked singles Matt Hardy. I always hated Matt Hardy and singles wise. And then that broken gimmick was killing me, man. That was amazing. And then it just went to turd.
It was just so outlandishly amazing. So
then it pooped itself.
But like we said, maybe this is a blessing, and for all of those that have been let go.
Billy Kay got over on her own and got fired cause of it. Damn it, she always got me so hard. I wanna fuck her in my wheelchair.
I'm not sure she really got over on her own, like at all, or got over.
Well, she was continually getting over with this headshot thing and her running around and the stuff she was doing on Twitter. She was always very memeable.
That's not getting
over. You gotta
over.
be kidding me! And no, I'm just saying, but she was over with the fans. She just never got over to like that tier that they could have
to the crowd who was in the crowd, like to the fans, like that were really there.
She was adored by quite a many people. The Iconics were really beloved for.
I think that they were. I think they were both liked. I think the tag team was working. I think right as they were getting more and more popular, they let them go. I mean, but was it on their own? I mean, they were pushed as the tag champions,
but they were well over long before that. They were getting really great reactions.
Either way, they shouldn't have been gone. They were pretty established. A lot of these other women that are there are all just bumblefucks, and they got rid of these two. It doesn't make any sense.
At this point, they took away anything that she could have that identified her, difference from anybody else. She looks the same as Dana Brooke for the most part. I'm like, if you squint, you don't know which one's which. That's not a good thing.
If you squint, you become,
you squint, you're close enough to me at this point, but sadly,
anything else?
It seems like that's kind of what's happening, but hopefully we get some positives out of all these releases, Joe.
Any final thoughts?
Apparently fans were kind of upset that we didn't get The Rock this year at Mania. No kidding.
Wow.
But guess who was excited? The wrestlers. They weren't really crazy about the idea of The Rock coming back. I think they want to wait, obviously, for him to have a full audience in attendance. Makes more sense. But really, it seems like, some people were worried about him taking a spot. As where this Mania, we didn't have that. We didn't have Goldberg come in. We didn't have John Cena. We didn't have, it was very pretty much focused on the talent here and now. So can't argue with that much.
Tony Khan, $1.2 million, a lot of WWE firings. We really didn't even talk about everything. I mean, we're going to get to more later in the week because we didn't even talk about
we still have to talk about blood and guts and plans forward with AEW and things they want to do with the Inner Circle and the Pinnacle. Sounds pretty crazy. I mean, they changed the booking of WrestleMania right before WrestleMania. It was said that Bray was supposed to win, and we've heard this, many times
whatever.
Now,
they don't know what the fuck. I don't even believe these stories.
They keep changing their mind to extend the story, and now I kind of get what Vince is doing, and it's like, all right, but it's still not good. You're not explaining it well to fans, so it didn't come across as anything that people were looking forward to. They should have stuck to something cinematic if that was the idea they had.
Yeah, man, potentially. I mean, I don't know. I mean, these are all expected. I mean, Samoa Joe was a little off guard, but at the same time, they didn't do dick with him. They didn't do dick with any of these people. They barely do dick with almost anybody they have.
SmackDown, you have Rey Mysterio taking on Otis, and then the tag team champions, Dolph Ziggler, Robert Roode, the Dirty Dogs, are taking on the Street Profits. So we're probably going to see a title change now because it's after Mania.
Yikes.
That's it.
Mauro Ranallo is going to Impact to call one match, and that's it. Relax, everybody. We talked about it earlier. That'll be interesting. We'll probably watch that, maybe. I mean, I don't
one hell of a match with a lot of implications, though. I mean, I doubt Rich Swann will win, but if he does, he's the AEW champion. That's crazy.
We tried to get Bullfrog
title
on.
Is nuts.
I don't know what happened to Bullfrog. We tried to get him on. Rastafa callback on the weekend, man. My bad, man. I'm sorry. We couldn't even get our stuff out there, let alone take the calls, because I'm up against it, man. Hey, listen, if somebody becomes rich and you make $100 million or $800 million, drop a mill for the show, and I'll quit my job, and we won't have to do this. But I got to get out of here, man, because I got a slave to wage, and it's time to get out of here. We are good to go. Out of Nowhere, episode 233. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Monetize This, as the belt is on the line. Friday night on Corrupted Nation, my other YouTube channel, which you can find in the description box down below, link down below there, and subscribe to it. And we'll see you for Monetize This tomorrow night. And then even better, Corrupted Saturday night, because I don't have to work Sunday, so Corrupted Saturday nights is going to be wild. Monetize This may end, though, by, I don't know, 2. So I may start Monetize This a little earlier than normal. We'll see what happens. Tomorrow night, Monetize This. Friday night, right here. Well, not right here, but on my other channel. Blah, 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 blah. We're out of here. Oh, hey, and become a patron, guys. If you really want to support the show, become a patron. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Tons of bonus content there. Me and Jake's podcast. I did a podcast the other day. Tons more podcasts over there. My weird song parodies are all up there. Plus thousands of older episodes. There's tons of podcasts I've done with my wife, with JB, with my other friends of all the years and different people. All over fucking Patreon. You can go back the last 7 years and listen to everything on Patreon and download it all, or whatever you want to do. It's all there. And I want to thank the patrons that signed up this week: Mike Shaw, Cody Mastro, Bo, Sam Clark, Fierce Metal Dante, and JCS Foot Rub increased his pledge to $5. And shout out to Sith Negan, the top patron, with over $100 every month for 2 years. Crazy shit. So many others. Shell and all the producers, the $25 producers. I'm going to have the new producer list out. This weekend, I'll have the new producers list out, and I will let it run for an entire 30 days if you did sign up, because this is the March list right here, but still many of these apply. So shout out to these $25 producers and above on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show, as we are back to 288 patrons and counting. If you want to support the channel, check it out. Download the app on your phone. It will save your data plan. You can download all these episodes in audio form and stuff. I'll be putting up the audio form podcast again, too. So not only will I have a bunch of stuff you can't hear on... You won't hear it on YouTube. But I'm also going to be uploading the audio from the YouTube shows in case you want to download it and listen to it. So that'll be coming back. People did say they like that, so we'll bring that back. And I'll have more Morning Madness coming. So kissies, goodbye, good night. Follow us on Twitter at Countdown Ended, at JCS Commentary. And I'm on Instagram and Facebook. Facebook page, 4,000 likes or something. I don't know. Go follow that. It's been there for a while. You can buy my t-shirts down below at Teespring or Pro Wrestling Tees. And twitch.tv/evilspectrum3. Diablo season I haven't even played. I've been so busy. I've not even close. Thanks though, Mike. Kisses. Celtics beat LeBron. Haha, yeah. And now he owns the freaking Red Sox. Fuck me.